We're exploring zombie games that didn't just scare us, they changed how we see the apocalypse. From slow, creeping nightmares to overwhelming hordes, zombies have evolved alongside our real-world anxieties. But why do we keep coming back to these games? What is it about the undead that makes us feel so alive? We recently did a deep dive into Days Gone, breaking down a few of its themes and storytelling. But where does it fit within the zombie game pantheon? Let's get to it. We can't talk about zombie games without talking about where it all began.
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil didn't invent zombies in gaming, but it did define what survival horror meant. I'll never forget the first time I played Resident Evil. That iconic zombie reveal made me drop my controller, and I'm pretty sure I wasn't alone. It wasn't just a game, it was a cultural moment that redefined horror. The first Resident Evil introduced the slow, methodical horror of zombies, emphasizing resource management and puzzle solving. With Resident Evil 4, it switched up the formula, making zombies faster and smarter. Even if they weren't technically zombies, this shift redefined action horror and set the standard for third-person shooters. From tank controls to over-the-shoulder action, Resident Evil has adapted, proving that survival horror can evolve, just like its monsters. But what happens when zombies stop being just monsters and start becoming human? While Resident Evil made zombies terrifying, The Last of Us made them tragic. The infected aren't just monsters, they represent loss, fear, and the fragility of society. While other zombie games focused on combat, The Last of Us asked, what kind of person do you become when the world ends? The Last of Us shifted focus from horror to emotional storytelling. Instead of looking outward at the changing world, it made us look inward at how the world changed us.
I can take care of myself.
How many close calls have we had?
I get into trouble down there. You make every shot count.
I got this.
Hope you know how to use that thing.
And then there's Days Gone, a game that, while divisive at launch, has since gained a dedicated following. Deacon St. John isn't just fighting freakers, he's fighting for purpose in a world that's moved on. Days Gone mixed The Last of Us emotional beats with open-world survival mechanics. The game looked and played great with competent human and zombie AI. Ultimately, both games ask, is it the zombies we fear or the people we become when society collapses? What happens when the real threat isn't the zombies, but the people beside you?
If you ask me, you got a price on your head. How's it feel to be on the other side?
Not all zombie games rely on scripted narratives. Some let players create their own horror stories. DayZ transformed zombies into a backdrop for human survival drama. It's not just a shooter, it's about resource scarcity, trust, and the paranoia of playing against other humans. DayZ proved to be a sandbox of emergent storytelling, letting players define their experiences. And for those that preferred more focus on base building, State of Decay and its permadeath gameplay saw the tension in real consequences. Games like these prove that in the apocalypse, the real threat isn't the zombies, it's each other. But what if you're not alone? What if you've got a team to rely on? If DayZ is about slow tension, Left 4 Dead is about pure, unfiltered chaos. Left 4 Dead didn't just give us zombies, it gave us a living, breathing apocalypse. The AI director ensured no two playthroughs were the same, keeping players on their toes and forcing them to adapt or die. While Left 4 Dead defined the co-op survival horror space, World War Z scaled up the horde mechanics with hundreds of zombies on screen at once. These games aren't just about survival, they're about adrenaline-fueled fun with friends. But what if the apocalypse isn't about action, but about the choices you make? No game has made players cry over zombies quite like Telltale's The Walking Dead. Clementine's tear-streaked face and Lee's fading voice as he said goodbye.
And Clem, keep
cut that hair short.
I will. I'll cut it myself.
Great. Good.
This moment isn't just heartbreaking, it's a testament to the power of player choice. It introduced choice-based storytelling to the zombie genre, while Clementine's journey became one of gaming's most emotional, impactful character arcs. Lee and Clementine's story hit me harder than any jump scare. It wasn't just about surviving the apocalypse, it was about holding onto your humanity when everything else was falling apart. With Dying Light 2, we're seeing zombies become part of a living, breathing world where player choices shape the apocalypse. Meanwhile, Resident Evil VR is pushing the boundaries of immersion, making us feel like we're truly fighting for survival. Hell, Days Gone is even getting a PS5 remaster. The undead aren't going anywhere, they're just getting smarter, scarier, and more personal. Over the years, zombie narratives have become mirrors reflecting our deepest fears, loss, isolation, and even our own humanity. From survival horror to emotional storytelling, from co-op chaos to player-driven apocalypse, zombie games have been everything, and yet we never seem to get tired of them. So, what's your favorite zombie game? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to join us here on Cutscene Collective, where we explore the stories behind your favorite games. And until the next one, be good to each other.